Welcome back to Closed, another episode here. I am Justin Jacobs, and to my right is a handsome and gray-beard buddy of mine, Sergio Diaz, who acts as a VP of Sales and Marketing at Healthline Markets, but more importantly, one of my mentors and a sage in the insurance business. So welcome, Sergio. I'm going to grill you today. So, you have survived as an insurance agent, and I witnessed some of those things as an insurance agent. We met when you were out on the street doing those things. So tell me about the early days, the grittiness that you went through. I guess when we met, you were a captive agent.
I was a captive agent with one of the carriers, and my goal was to be able to tell the community what I was doing. And we met doing events, right? That's one of the techniques that I was using back then on meeting doctors, putting my name with them and trusting the doctor and my patients with the doctor. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, man.
You're a second generation agent, specifically in Medicare, which is unusual, right? We're starting to see more and more of that these days, but what's something that your dad taught you that you think agents should probably know these days?
Wow. A lot of things. Main one is trust. Build that trust with your customer. Guide them through the process. And be honest. Be honest with them. Be there for them. That's what I think some of the agents forget nowadays.
Yeah. Building the trust.
Building that trust. Because once you build that trust, they're going to call you back and help them out. They could be family members. I got that from my dad. He was like, hey, treat everyone like it was your family.
Yeah. You remember the Golden Corral days?
Yeah.
So just to kind of preface, this doesn't happen much anymore these days, but you have, imagine a group of 100, maybe 150 seniors in a Golden Corral, all there for a free lunch.
Yeah.
Like there were riots, but anyway, I learned a lot from watching you in those rooms. What's something that an agent would want to know from you surviving those senior riots fighting over the chocolate water fountain?
Is listen to your clients, right? Because at that time we had so many seniors coming in for their meals, and actually back then it was free, right?
Yeah.
But is listen to their needs. They're there because they want to know something. Something is missing. And they used to go to the Golden Corral. They used to bring a backpack, fill it up with food, and leave, remember?
Some of those people needed that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It is sad. It is sad because we noticed that their income that they were making back then, it wasn't enough. It's still not enough right now.
Is there a certain story, funny or crazy, that happened at the Golden Corral that you're thinking about?
Just when we used to do seminars, every day.
Almost, yeah.
And the same senior came back. Most of the same seniors come back. They come back the next day, the following day. And I remember telling one person, did I forget to say something to you from yesterday? And how can I help you?
Kind of teasing them.
Yeah, they were like, no. And then that's when you find out that they're looking for help. That's what you got to do. You
like beyond the insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to find out more. You got to find out more about them. This is great because it is a product. We offer a product. It has to go beyond that. You got to look at their needs. And this is the reason why when you go visit someone at their house, look around. Maybe there's a wheelchair, oxygen tank around there that they didn't tell you. But this is the opportunity to help them.
And most of those guys were Medicare, Medicaid, meaning low income seniors, couldn't work. They were disabled. They're living paycheck to paycheck from Social Security, if that. They're coming in, they're filling up backpacks full of food. I've heard a lot of agents say those particular clients are not loyal. What would you say about that?
It's not true.
Okay.
They're just looking for help. They're looking for assistance. This is the reason why you have to give them the tools that you have as an agent. You have the opportunity to guide them through their Medicaid process, to the providers, give them assistance, find places where they could get a meal or help with
Be a
the
resource.
community. Yeah, just be a resource. I used to volunteer at Osceola Council on Aging years ago, and it wasn't because I was going to get a lead. It was because I wanted to help that community.
Yeah, it was more than a sale to you. You were just there all the time. I remember. I'm like, where are you? You're like, I'm at the senior center. I'm like, okay.
Treat them with care. You could be the only agent that's going to talk to them or see them within months sometimes. Just be there.
Right. So we're at an airport bar. Okay.
Again.
You're sitting there with an agent. An agent says, my clients are always switching. Maybe you had a whiskey or two. What would you be saying to this guy or girl?
They're changing because there's no consistency. There's no help. There's no trust. So when someone is looking for something else, it's because they don't have it on the other end. So if that agent is losing or not getting the Medicare, Medicaid patients or clients, it's because you're not providing them with the information or the needs. Everyone is different.
Would you say that they're not connected with that client?
Correct.
Okay.
You have to be connected. You have to find their help. You have to assist them. That's what you're here for. We're here to do something.
Right.
Just guide them. So remember, if somebody has Medicare, Medicaid, their income level is not the highest.
Right.
So they'll be looking for, how am I going to pay for my bills? They're going to be looking for, how am I going to pay for my medication? Be that resource.
We were talking about connection here just a second ago. I have met very few people in my life that can build rapport faster than a laptop can boot up. Like you. What's the psychology behind that? How are you so good at connecting with people so quickly?
You have to listen. You have to listen. That's all you got to do. Listen to that person because they're going to tell you what they need. That's it. It's not a secret. Just be there for them.
Yeah, there's a little more than that, though. You can get people to laugh. And I know you're goofy, but does that come from anything in your background? I know you're I think you're the youngest in your family of how many?
6.
6. So you're the youngest of 6. So obviously you needed attention. You think that comes from that? Or?
I think it is.
Okay.
But again, I'm always looking at the surroundings. I'm looking at the person. I'm listening to the person. And that's how I build that with them. Because I'm telling them that I'm here to help them. So I'm building that trust.
Your early career as an insurance agent, at least when I met you, you already had some years under your belt doing this, but you were grinding, man. You were. One of the things that stuck with me that you said is I had to do 2 sales a day, one for me and one for my family.
Correct.
And you wouldn't give up. You'd work until 7, 8 o'clock at night until you got that second sale. So I don't know if a lot of agents are in that mindset. What would you say to them as far as that grind? Should they be working harder? Or what does the grind look like these days?
It has changed. There's more companies, more agents, and you do have to put a goal. My goal was 2 sales, no matter what. 1, because I was employed by a company.
Yeah.
And the second one for my family. And even if I did 3 or 4, the following day, it was 2 again. That was my goal. And that helped me understand that I was building a system without even knowing. So nowadays, technology is great, but you still have to work with what you have. Build a system.
Were you ever afraid to go out there and talk to people? I mean, in my eyes, you were fearless. Like, you'll go up to anybody and talk to anybody about anything.
No,
where does that come from?
I don't know. Honestly, it was just me. I like to know more about the person that I'm with.
Genuine interest.
Yeah. I'm trying to let them know that, hey, I'm here for you. Sometimes we just want that. So that's what we see with the seniors. They just want someone to be there and listen to them.
Being authentic, being genuinely interested in what they're saying, paying attention is how you're building that rapport connection.
Yep.
Makes sense to me. Let's move to leads. My favorite topic. No, it's not actually. We have so much pain around leads and lead generation. I think a lot of agents blame the lead system, the lead company, where the lead came from. It was on a Tuesday instead of a Thursday. It was red and not blue. You know, what's the uncomfortable truth about lead and lead generation?
Lead generation is going to come from you. That's how I see it. You build that trust with a client. That client will refer you no matter what, if you're there for them. If you answer the phone and you do what you're going to tell them you're going to do, they'll refer you. That's a lead. You go to a provider, talk to them, help them. That's another lead. There's different ways of you creating leads, but that mindset that, hey, the system, no, it's you. It's the person. You need to build a system that's going to generate leads for you. And it comes from your book of business, your marketing strategy, and you as a person. As an agent, I actually enrolled someone that I've been visiting this business for years. And I found out that his parents had Medicare. And I didn't know, but it was my fault because I never asked. Ask.
Yeah, it goes back to what I say a lot to the agents. It's not your client's job to remember you. It's your job to remind them of what you do every day.
And as an agent, you should have, we always talk about 30, 60, 90 follow-ups. Be consistent.
Yeah, consistency. One thing that was consistent early in your career when we met is you were always doing events. You were always out there. What would you say to an agent right now that's struggling?
Do events.
Do events.
Every single day.
You also mentioned doctors. Like, what does that look like? And can you talk about the success you had with physicians and where that came in?
I think it was the timing. At the time that I got here, I had a different mindset. I moved from Miami to Orlando, and my mindset in Miami, I used to work with medical centers. It was common to have a senior in a Medicare Advantage plan back then. And moving to the Orlando market, I didn't see that many doctors understanding what was an HMO back then. So
you had to educate the doctors?
I became that educator. I became that person that was going to assist them to be profitable, first of all, but it was going to increase their membership, the seniors in the clinic, and I was going to do marketing for them.
Right. When you go back to what you were talking about, telling an agent to be a resource for their clients, but then you shifted it into being a resource
for the provider,
for the providers, which essentially turned that relationship into lead gen.
Correct.
Which drove your business. Because they said, this guy knows what he's doing. He's actually teaching me how to do this business.
So years ago, we had formulary books.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those?
Oh, my back still hurts from carrying those damn things around. Yeah.
So I actually printed the formularies and I used to distribute that to the providers.
Boom.
What am I doing? Educating the provider that if they need a medication, open up the book, order whatever is there, and that's how you're going to get it.
You know, it's funny. That reminds me of a story, and I don't know if I got that from you, but I remember walking into a doctor's office. I think she's retired now, Dr. Sadek. I don't know if you remember her. Walked into her office, and I was working at a carrier, and they said, man, we haven't seen anybody from your company in years. I'm like, what do you want?
Correct.
They're like, I need a formulary. That moment, I drove 30 minutes back to the office, grabbed a formulary, drove 30 minutes back, and I said, boom, That relationship gave me probably 80 sales over the course of
It
me
took
knowing
you.
them.
It took you 30 minutes,
An hour.
but you built a relationship.
Oh yeah. After that, it was like, here's the door. What do you want? I'm like, yeah.
Just work
Oh, yeah.
with the providers, work your book of business, do events. That's how you're going to get the leads.
Yep. Sales consistency. We are talking about consistency day in, day out. What does that look like for an agent today?
I think it will be more calling your clients, being there for them. Be consistent on that part, because the biggest issue is we get comfortable. As an agent, it gets to the point that I'm getting a specific check and I don't follow up. And
Complacency.
correct.
Yeah.
You get to that point. And one thing that I would do is learn your products or learn about the industry more. Contact your clients, because nowadays they're not doing it. And this is the reason why they're going somewhere else. Just be there for them.
Yeah. There's something to be said about routine. You do the same things over and over. It sometimes feels boring, or you don't see the results right away. What would you say to somebody that says, I tried it, it's not working?
Because
How long should they be doing certain things before they move on, I guess?
what I was doing when I was doing, let's say, marketing, if I was doing events in a specific location and I didn't see any results within, I gave it maybe a month, then you got to find something else.
Okay, so 30 days if you're not seeing anything.
So
yeah.
set up your schedule on doing events every day, like calling 10, 15 clients a day, looking at your emails.
Yeah.
That's a system that you have to put right now to be successful.
I used to make a calendar. On my calendar, I knew, hey, these are the things I'm doing on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and all the way down. I created an entire calendar. So I knew what my month looked like before it even started.
And I did it different. I did it by zip codes. When I
Okay.
used to market myself here, I did it by zip code. So I picked Central Florida, divided in 4 corners, and I said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, whatever. This week I'll be here. The following week will be on this zip code. The following week, then that's what I did, and that's the whole month.
So just rotating.
That was it.
Okay.
And then, hey, but that's including events, visiting doctors, and
All of the above.
all of it.
Yeah. Let's talk about some deep stuff here. The psychology.
Oh, I thought it was money. So,
Yeah. We'll get there too. I think the longer you're in sales, the more you get interested in psychology. We've seen agents get stuck in the same patterns year over year. What are some of those psychological traps that they should be aware of, and how do they avoid those things?
Depending on, they're just waiting, or depending on the senior or the client to call them, right? That's what we see now. There's no real follow-up.
They're just sitting back.
They're just waiting for the check. They don't do anything. That's what is going to impact you as an agent.
One of the agents we've worked with in the past used to say, they ain't going to walk through your living room.
That's right. So you have to make sure you're there for them. Call them. It's just technology is great. I have made some agents lazy. That's how I see it.
I see that.
It helps because sometimes you have a system where you're going to be able to enroll someone with, there's 5, 6, 7 different carriers, and that system is helping you find the best plan for them. But at the same time, you got to do the other part.
Talking about technology really quick, there was something that I saw recently that said, in these times today, it's the easiest time in history to become a millionaire. It's also the most distracted in time we've ever been. How would that correlate to an agent these days?
really the distraction there, or AI, that technology.
You think that's distracting?
So far, I think that some agents don't understand it. So it's a distraction for them at the end of the day, unless you educate yourself on how to use it. All the rules and regulations that are changing, that's a distraction that some of these agents don't understand.
Yeah.
They just don't. Industry standards right now, carriers are changing the way we get paid.
Do you think it's less of a distraction, but more of a disruption?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And
still,
I can see
distraction
how
because some of our agents are confused,
right.
and that builds that confusion. And how you going to guide someone, a senior, given the best product, if you confuse?
Right. If an agent is frustrated, underperforming, they're coming to you, what's the first thing you would tell them to do tomorrow morning?
Look what you have done within the last 90 days. Reset. The key here is consistency. Just reset. Consistency. Be consistent. If you go to and do an event in a specific location and you don't get any sales, move on. Find something else. But be consistent. Don't stop doing it. If your goal is to do 3 events a day, continue doing the 3 events. If your goal is to visit 2 doctors a week, continue doing it. Sometimes we don't get the answer right away, and it's okay, because you're building a relationship. You're building that trust, not only with the providers, but with the community.
Yeah, I think also going back to the distraction thing too, you'll see an agent meet another agent and, oh, I got 25 sales. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this thing. And then they try that and that doesn't work. And then they meet another agent. So
they want immediate
yeah,
satisfaction on
absolutely.
it. Like,
it's our culture.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it has changed the way we do business, but the only way to fix that is to be informed and educated, so we could do that for our seniors. We could assist our seniors the right way.
So let's talk about our relationship.
What?
Yeah. I've known you for over 20 years. Yeah, I know. It's before we both had gray hair. You taught me some things and changed how I lead and run our organization. In your mind, which lessons do you think shaped me the most that you saw? Oh yeah, he listened to that.
Consistency. I noticed that. You needed to be consistent on what you were doing. Like many agents, they're just looking for results right away.
Yeah.
And you have to build trust. So I think that that's something that I guess you learned from me, or...
Yeah, just showing up, like the 2 a day thing that stuck with me. Don't give up until I had the 2 sales every day. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind that you might have told me off to the side when I was out there selling, that an agent should hear today?
Again, that was a while back. I think it was more I work with providers.
Yep.
And building that relationship was, I think, my success in this industry. And if it's a new agent right now, I think that work with doctors. Again, everyone is working with a primary care physician. There's different specialists that you could work with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I got 30 sales out of a cardiologist group one time.
Dentist.
Oh yeah.
I worked with some clinics that they were just giving me leads because the dental plan that they were referring me to, it had better benefits for the client.
Positioning you as a guide, really. Picture an agent doubting everything. Okay. What would you tell them right now? Maybe they're new. Maybe they've been in it a while. They've tried all the things. Maybe they've been consistent. I don't know. But they're just frustrated. What would you do if you took them on
So-
as a mentor?
Trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. There's no really a secret on this. You got to go out there. You got to work every day. And that's how you're going to be successful. Just trust yourself. This is not going to happen overnight. And this is the biggest issue out there. Because unfortunately, some agents get licensed because they see other agents being successful. And they think they're going to be successful as them, but they don't understand that before those people were successful, they've been doing it for years.
It's like the iceberg, right? You only see the 10%. You see the Mercedes Benz, you see the nice house, you
Correct.
see the Rolex watch, but you don't see the 90% under the water, the late nights, the 80 hours a week, the missed baseball games for your kid.
Correct.
So that's a good lesson to remember.
Working on a Sunday instead of
That's the Lord's Day, by the way. You shouldn't be working on Sundays.
working on Saturdays. But again, in my case, I had to do it.
Yeah.
I had to work on Sundays. I ended up going to church, and
Hit the road.
at the end of Mass, same church. I had coffee, donuts, and I had a provider, and I was doing an event.
Yeah.
That was my goal because I didn't make my goal during the week, so I had to work weekends.
It's almost like punishment for yourself in a way. If you didn't hit the numbers.
Yeah, it was just I didn't see it as a punishment. The way I was looking at it, it was more.
To get caught up.
Not only that, how can I help other people?
Yeah, you had a fire for it.
It was that was my goal because I was working that demographic that it was low income, and I was noticing that they needed help. Yeah, we get compensated, but at the same time, that's not everything.
Yeah.
So,
What belief, outside of the trust thing, because I really love that, what belief would instantly change an agent's career if they made that mind shift today?
don't know.
The trust thing is a huge part of it.
Yeah,
It's like
I'll
trusting
say
yourself.
trust.
Yeah.
Trust yourself, man, because you can do it. You're there for a reason.
Yeah.
Don't see it as I can get the sales. See it as how many people I'm going to help today. And by helping, I'm going to be able to get this out of it. I used to volunteer. Did a lot of things. It wasn't the money. It was how many people I was going to be able to help out.
You had a passion for it. Yeah. So find that passion, right?
Yep.
Yeah. If it's not sales, then find something else. It's
Correct.
okay
Correct.
to say, hey, this isn't for me. What separates the 1% of top producers from everyone else? You used to be the 1%. You have friends that were in the 1% also, and you saw, and you guys did different things. But what separates these guys?
It was consistency, man.
That's
it.
That's the magic sauce.
Again, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's just, you got to be consistent. I did my events, talked to my doctors, talked to my clients, continue doing my events, doctors, clients, build relationships. That was it.
The boring stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it may not be boring, but it's the same things that.
But this
you're
is how
doing.
you become successful.
Yeah. Just grinding. All right. Last
What?
question. I know. We had so much fun. It's over. This is what happens. All right. This week, you're talking to your agents. Give them one challenge. What's one thing they should do today to move the needle?
Call those people that you never call back.
Follow up.
Just call them back. Believe it or not, you're going to get sales out of it. Because some of them are still waiting for that phone call.
That's amazing. And I was also saying to somebody recently about 80% of sales happen on like the 4th or 5th or 6th call.
Correct.
Life happens. They're not ready to buy right now. It doesn't mean buy never.
Correct.
So following up with them and just like, hey, sorry, got busy.
Yeah.
Let's connect.
And we are.
Yeah.
It's AEP.
Both sides, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Cool, man. This was fun.
Hey.
All right. This is it. Again, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys subscribing to this channel. Tell a friend. Again, I'm Justin Jacobs. This is Closed. That's Sergio Diaz. You guys have a nice day.